She angry.
Looks like you brought a land speed truck here.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I was joking.
No, it legitimately is.
So this ran Bonneville?
It hasn't ran Bonneville, but we've ran Blytheville, and actually a 13-year-old girl set a land speed record, 175 miles an hour in this truck. Now I've ran it 185, and at the end of September we're going to go back and run 200.
Have you run El Mirage?
No, I haven't. That's West Coast stuff. I live in
you're based
Aiken, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what surface are you usually running on for land speed?
It's concrete. Yeah,
All
concrete. So in the eastern U.S., World War II, they built all these military bases and they really long runways because they had big airplanes, heavy, not so powerful engines. So now these things have like 2-mile long runways, 3-mile, and they're kind of abandoned. So whatever city owns them is looking for a revenue stream, and land speed events is one place where they can draw. And right now there's Loring, Maine, which is in Loring, Maine, and it's an old military base. There's Blytheville, Arkansas, which is an old B-52 base. So it has huge runways, lots of room. And so, yeah, those are close to home for me.
This is not a land speed event. this is Pikes Peak. So you're going to be going up and right and left.
Right.
So then what did you have to do to convert it to something that can handle?
So pretty easy. Okay, so this has a full NASCAR chassis on it. I ran a NASCAR truck team for a couple years with Dodges, and so this is one of my old race cars. And so the only thing we do is we change this spoiler, and I put a tow hook in there instead of a parachute mount. Otherwise, in the rear gear, I'm running a 5.0 gear today, and I'd run like a 315 to land speed race.
And then so it's a 4-speed transmission
Yep.
when you're doing land speed racing and NASCAR?
Yeah, and here I'm running a G-Force 4-speed here. Manual 4-speed, grab gears, go.
And this is your rookie year here at Pikes Peak?
Yes.
You are brave.
I tested
else.
all last weekend.
Okay, so then this is a NASCAR chassis, and then you put like the body on?
All right, I put a 67 C10 Chevy body on it. And what I did is I took a long wheelbase truck, shortened it. And then from our work in land speed and NASCAR, this is the nose off a 2016 Chevrolet. And it's a lot more aerodynamic than the C10 Chevy nose. But
it looks so funny because the rear looks old, but the front is like more modern.
Right.
It is just such an interesting looking vehicle. So then, is it all fiberglass, or what is the material?
This is fiberglass.
Okay.
This is a NASCAR spec fiberglass piece. See the part number in there?
Yep.
Okay, but the rest of this is steel. And
really? So then, hood
fenders, yeah, cab, floor, bed, the whole 9 yards.
But then this didn't race at NASCAR with any steel panels. It was all fiberglass.
Right. Well, the NASCAR is all metal, except for the cap on the back and the nose. But yeah, completely different. Much thinner. We can cheat. Here they don't call it cheating. They call it creativity.
Right. What is the reason behind this though? Why did you build it like this for land speed?
I'm just like one of these mad scientists. My professional career was in nuclear weapons. Oh. And so I have a shop, and I just go, oh, that's a great idea. And so that's what I did. And from my land speed world, I'll show you a couple things. There's no drip rails on this truck.
So that helps a little bit with aerodynamics.
Right. And you see that my fender's cracked, but the nose of this truck is 4 inches longer than a standard Chevrolet. We stretch the nose.
Now that you say it, I can see it, but I couldn't see it before.
Yeah. So the bodywork's getting a little bit broken up. I put a sticker on it.
Right.
Okay.
It's just too much downforce or too much pressure that's going on here or something.
Right.
Huh.
So at about 150, it'll start to bow this hood in right here. It'll just concave it. And you just kind of got to get the mind over matter and say, you know, stay with it.
So then let's take a look at the rest of it. What about the underbody? Is it pretty flat?
Yes. Everything's on a single plane under there. So the headers, the transmission, everything's just on one plane underneath there.
So then what's underneath this?
Okay, well, I can show you here real quick.
Oh,
it's Moonrock Gray.
It's really tubbed out.
Yeah.
Huh?
And so, you know, it's a go-kart under there.
Yeah, there's not much here. So then how much does this weigh?
We rolled over the scales at 3,400 this morning, which I kind of got to weigh that because of the nose. You know, the only way I can get your truck lighter at this point is take the engine out because it's nose heavy.
So then why route the exhaust here? Because you can?
Exactly. And you know, so yes, because I can. We make horsepower, but that ain't the key to our horsepower here. From the marketing world, everybody loves the noise, right?
Yeah.
And so make some noise. So we come under the cab, and we got an X Pike here right in front, right behind the cab, and just run it out there. Has a nice, unique sound.
That is badass.
And love that.
Can we take a look at the engine bay?
Yeah.
I can't believe that the cage work and all that stuff just transferred over for it being something that is Pikes Peak legal. I think that is really
Well, the cage
neat.
wouldn't transfer over.
Oh, you did have to modify it then.
Yeah. My grandparents and great-grandparents owned a mobile oil dealership in Prescott, Arizona. And the logo on the door is the logo from their gas station.
That's really neat. What a great story. So then, what is it? Is that a limit strap? Or is that, this is in case it breaks off.
Right. That's a lanyard in case you lose the front wheel.
Got
it
it.
doesn't go on a trip on its own.
Hopefully you don't test that out.
Right.
Huh.
I say that all the time.
Right. What a car. Okay, so then what are we looking at for the power plant?
That's a Dodge R5 motor, 358 cubic inch, naturally aspirated, 13-to-1 compression, and makes about 850 horsepower at sea level.
What do you think it's going to make here?
It's doing pretty good. We had it jetted with 80s in all four corners, and during testing it ran great. And I might drop the front down 2 jet sizes. It was a little fat up at the top, but looking at the exhaust, it says it's happy. So, you know, and it was running faster than my bravery would stand, you know.
This has got to be all over the road, no? I
No.
mean, really?
No.
The rear end is just sticking, huh?
Yeah. We got technology.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
in the W's, there's a couple of them tight switchbacks that you know, I got to brake, turn, grab a gear, and throttle it off the corner to make the back rotate. But the rest of the place, you know, people had me a little scared about the upper section.
Yeah.
And really, only going into Cog Corner and coming off of Cog Corner was bad. I got airborne up there, but otherwise it drove good up there.
So otherwise, the suspension handles the bumps pretty good.
Yes. We took some rebound out of the shocks.
It's just so crazy to me because this was originally designed just to turn left.
Right.
And then you modified it to go straight.
Right.
Now it's left
and right.
Yeah. And then sometimes a little bit of air.
Little airplane. You know, if we come forward here and look,
Yeah.
you'll see the chassis is still offset. This is an intermediate chassis, so the motor and everything is a little bit to the left-hand side here.
Oh.
And so we just put we put longer A-arms on this side to stand the wheel up. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. And
I see, yeah. Because it was just only designed to go one way.
it was only designed to turn left, and we tricked it into turning left and right.
That So neat. And then, so is this fiberglass?
Carbon fiber.
Okay.
So it had a big structure in here, but that structure weighed like 20 pounds. So we took it out and overlaid it with carbon fiber to give it some strength.
That's so neat. So then you were telling me about the livery. So this exact logo.
That exact logo is from my grandparents and great-grandparents on this bulk oil distributorship and gas station in Prescott, Arizona, starting in about 1928 and until the late 50s. And I have an old matchbook from their gas station, when they used to give you a match. And so I took it to this guy and he redid the graphics for me on there.
That's cool.
And see this here, Seal Service?
Yeah.
That's my uncle, Carl Seal. Oh. He's the last of the Mohicans from the Mobil Oil days.
And then what about the hood graphic?
Oh, the hood graphic. So once upon a time, long, long ago, when I started racing, people were asking like, what's the name of your team and stuff? So there's this website called Zombie Hot Rod Wear, and they had this, I like the pinup art deal. So I start buying, I named my team Trophy Girl Racing. That's the name of this image. And I just buy t-shirts from them and reuse them. And so now it's morphed into today that they sponsor me. They give me swag to give to the kids and stuff. And so it's a good relationship. Awesome. And see, I get t-shirts from them.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Can we take a look at the inside? I see you got some super weight savings here with that 3-pound anti-gravity battery. It's so small.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, really? That's going to spin this big NASCAR over? Like a rocket.
Yeah, that's what I run in all my cars.
Yeah.
So then, pretty interesting for me to see that there still is a dash in here.
Right.
So then, did you put the dash back in it? Like, how does that work with the NASCAR chassis, or was this already in it?
Well, we just built the cage around the dash, and
that's the original from the original, or what is this from?
That's from the original truck. Oh. It's never been out.
Got it. Okay.
It's still attached at the cowl up there, and so that's all original sheet metal, and we just trimmed it away and then built the cage around it.
So then this is pretty much two vehicles in one, right? It's a NASCAR chassis, and then you take this, what is it, C10?
C10 body
and put it on, including the dash and everything.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so you're still running glass.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's the reason of that? Just works better for
it just works.
Stuff?
Yeah, just works better.
I'm assuming that the donor truck was in pretty rough shape then, huh?
Yeah, more or less.
I mean, because I'm just looking at, this is the original door.
The acid dip doors?
Yeah, and you could see how much metal is missing from all the rust here.
Right.
But it's cool that you kept all this stuff original.
Yep. It's kind of fun, and still has original back glass in it.
So what did you have to modify for it to pass tech in terms of the cage?
Well, so my land speed cage was made out of 095 tubing, and they didn't like it. And actually, I thought my land speed cage was way better, but when in Rome, do as the Romans. So we took it out, and I had a place, Apex Auto Works in Alvin, Texas, build this cage out of 120 wall. And all to the Pikes Peak specs so that we could run.
Got it.
Yep.
And then that seat is what you would run normally?
Well, this is, I live in South Carolina, so we're close to Mooresville, and I do some work in NASCAR. This seat used to belong to Ryan Newman.
Oh, cool.
So full containment seat that would cost you $6-7 grand, I buy it for $1,000. And, get the best of the safety for a bargain price. And why not? And it's good and comfortable.
That's super cool. Well, good luck to you.
All right.
I'm so happy to see this out here.
All right, thank you.
It just looks so cool among all these other fancy brand new race cars,
Yeah.
I think it's just so good to mix it up and seeing a land speed car.
That's...
So what do you think this would do like max speed if you were to take it to a Bonneville or something?
It'll run 220, 225.
With this motor?
Yes. Yeah. All I would change, so to go to Bonneville, I would change the rear spoiler, the carburetor, and the rear gear. And because you know, it's going to make 850 to 900 horsepower. I just need some more air at the top end. But yeah, it'll run, you know, if I had 3 miles, it'd run 220, 225. And,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
cool. Thank you so much.
We've had it in the wind tunnel a few times. So.
Oh, this in the wind tunnel?
Yes. Yes. So, you know, the way you work the wind tunnel is we put the stock body, went in there, figured out what worked and didn't work. And so then we went home and made all the real modifications and like lengthening stuff, sealing stuff up. Then we went back to make sure we were right. So we know the coefficient of drag on it. So that 220 number is pretty good. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you on the hill.